In a bold move, Carney has demanded massive defense contracts for Canada. But Trump says, no. Now Canada's military could be facing a collapse, and it's all unfolding before our eyes. So, what does this mean for the future of North American security, though? Well, stick around as we dive into this high-stakes showdown, where Trump's firm stance could change everything. And you don't want to miss this. Check it out.
Now, meanwhile, before the shutdown took effect, well, Schumer spoke on the Senate floor and actually criticized the new poll from the very liberal New York Times showing Americans will, in fact, blame the Democrats for the shutdown. And he called the poll in the New York Times biased, drawing a lot of laughter from his colleagues. Take a look.
Now, I know the leader is going to show a poll that says that Democrats will be blamed for the shutdown. There are many more polls that show Republicans are blamed. The question in that poll is biased. Biased. In the New York Times, but it's biased. If you turn the... That's true. I don't always believe the New York Times. You can be sure of that.
And joining us now is Senate Majority Leader John Thune is with us. Senator, I guess you probably didn't know that the New York Times was biased in favor of conservatives. I had no idea.
Yeah, that was a real revelation, wasn't it, Sean? Yeah, pretty shocking. Yeah.
Pretty shocking. You know, when we keep playing all of these montages of Chuck Schumer and every Democrat and the dangers of a shutdown and all the people that will be suffering, this is the Schumer shutdown. He's doing it. And what's fascinating is as you go back throughout his career, as we have been playing, you hear a guy consistently saying he would never shut the government down. Now, I believe it's for purely blind political ambition that he's doing this. But once you back yourself into a corner, how does he get out of it?
Yeah, and I think there are a lot of rank and file Democrats, Sean, who are regretting letting Schumer walk them down into this rat hole. He's trying to go through these contortions to justify what he's doing when you got all those statements out there, as you point out, from the past where he talks about you can't take the federal government hostage to do all these other things. I mean, these statements that he's made in the past are pretty revealing about, what he's doing right now and how he's completely sold out and held hostage by the far left. I mean, the reporting on this has been pretty clear. He's coordinating this entire strategy with lefty organizations like MoveOn.org. And so they've got him boxed in here, and he doesn't really have a way out. But I think his members, I think a lot of these rank and file Democrats are looking for an off-ramp. And so I'm hoping at some point they'll come to their senses and join us in voting to reopen the government. They shouldn't have gotten themselves in this place in the first place.
Let's look at, I want to deal with one issue because there's been some ambiguity, but the reality is Ro Khanna has admitted it, Maxine Waters has admitted it, even the fake news CNN fact checkers have admitted monies that they are requesting. They are now demanding $1.5 trillion for a 7-week period of time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of those monies will be steered towards health care that will be given to illegal immigrants. True or false?
Yeah, and they're trying to run away from it, but they can't run away from it. I mean, there's too much out there. And when we did the reconciliation bill, the Working Families Tax Cut bill back in July, we shut the door on a lot of that. What they are doing is repealing all that work. So they are now opening the door again to allowing non-citizens, allowing people that Joe Biden admitted into this country illegally to be eligible for free health care. Either via Medicaid or, the ACA subsidies. So they're trying to run away from it. They're trying to deny it, but it's just a fact. And honestly, that is an issue I think that really resonates with a lot of Americans out there. The $1.5 trillion in spending does too, don't get me wrong. I mean, to try and extort $1.5 trillion to get a 7-week funding resolution that just keeps the doors open so we can finish our appropriations work tells you the desperate lengths that they are taking right now I mean, these folks they've lost all rationale when it comes to their hatred for President Trump. They can't see straight, they're blinded by it, and they're willing to do what used to be, in their minds, I think, really pretty crazy and stupid things. But that's the world we're now living in.
And Senator, I want to be clear. I want the American people to be clear. The Republicans are offering what
voted for. It's what they chose. And it's a leadership style that I think America desperately needed for a long time. Compare that to Canada, where Carney's squabbling over defense contracts and letting the country fall apart. There's no comparison. He's off gallivanting with World Economic Forum people, Davos people, trying to diversify. I think to whatever his intentions and motivations for doing it, he is trying to diversify and get other deals for Canada. But you can't just overnight change things. And how he's going about it, I disagree with it strongly. I think he is trying to add, some diversification to Canada's economic portfolio, but it's not turning out well. Canada is collapsing. It's got falling apart infrastructure. Its economy is in no position to be making demands. But Trump, he's not just securing American interests, he's offering Canada a way out. He's extending a hand saying, join us, become a part of the strongest military force in the world, and get protection for free. That is a very good deal. It makes sense. Carney keeps rejecting it. Why? Pride? Regardless of, I know I bash Carney pretty regularly here. I think fairly, in that, I think he deserves to be heavily criticized for how he's been handling things. He is the leader of a country, and